Wiedersehen!
Wiedersehen!
We're cheering with it, but it's like, woo, cheers!
Like, we'll see you again.
We'll see you again. Woo.
I have to hold it like this. It's kind of heavy.
Mom, we have to have a talk with your drinking problem
I
here.
know.
Yeah, Mom,
Filled with water. What's in there? You got some
enough.
vodka? Some good stuff in there?
Can't keep blaming it on Dad.
I know, right?
God,
Where'd it
yeah.
go? Why is the rum always gone? I don't know.
That's right.
But welcome back, guys. We're back again. Storm here.
Mom here. Hi.
Gimme here.
We're going to be watching more Better Call Saul today. We are on episode 9 of season 4. Wiedersehen, if we're saying it right. Wiedersehen, yes. I love the spelling. I would never be able to spell it before because I never even thought about it. But I'm like, oh, cool, that's how it's spelled. So I'm feeling like something major is going to happen with the construction soon, and they're going to kick Kai out somehow. They, as in Mike. I don't think he's going to need help there. I don't know.
Yeah, I think he's going to be
Like that.
on his way out. Hopefully it'll be a quiet departure and then
I
get
don't
somebody
know
else in
with
there.
him.
Who else are they going to get? I mean, they're over halfway through the project, or just
right,
about
they are.
halfway, so they have to get someone on the QT and
Boy, I'll
have to
tell
see
you.
or someone's going to have to fill in for him.
Yeah. And going to Jimmy now and Kim. I mean, I'm glad that they're back together, you know,
Oh, yeah.
more so than they were
Too,
before.
but-
But she wants to do shady
Oh,
deals
yeah.
now.
Yeah.
Just
She
don't
likes it too
like
much.
it.
I don't
She's
like
got
it either.
everything
She's
at
got- yes, she
touch of her
does.
fingers, and she can have whatever she wants. She's so good.
Yeah.
At what
is
she
very
does.
good.
And the
but
thrill of it,
boy.
she just likes it, and Jimmy's going down that road, so it's almost like might as well join him kind of thing. You know, she doesn't
Mhm.
ask too
I
many
I hope she
questions.
doesn't lose it all.
I know, it's such a good job. She's in a good company right now, and great
Oh,
reputation.
it's a shame.
It's
yeah.
very challenging. She's got a team of assistants for her. I mean, she's working for Coakley now. I mean,
right.
she's doing very well.
Yeah.
It's
So
gonna be
not
all
good.
Just a
jeopardized.
shame.
And I'm hoping we'll
good.
see more of Howard. I know we're kind of done with that chapter, but I just feel so bad for him, and I just want to see him get better. Because
Yeah,
we were
me
mad
too.
at him for so long, but we never hoped for the worst for anyone, and I'm so worried about him still.
Yeah,
I
it's
am
so bad.
too.
I just
And
hope
he
don't
wasn't
do
as bad
anything.
as we thought in the beginning. Remember, we thought he was just this monster, but
Oh,
he was
yes, I thought so.
was
Yeah.
really
actually
Chuck
a
who
genuinely
kept-
good guy. Yeah, it
He
was
kept
Chuck all
knocking him
along.
down.
Oh
Like,
my
that was
gosh.
mainly Chuck, and he would make
Yeah.
it Howard's business to look bad. You know, and like, it's just
Mhm.
insane. It's
Just
just
so-
crazy with the character development in this show, like how far it's come, where you just assume the worst when you see blunt information, like just right in the front, but you don't see anything in the background. Like, we don't know
Yes.
anything until later on, until it's broken
And-
down. Like, oh,
And I hope he doesn't do anything to himself.
I know, that's what I'm worried about too. Yeah, so hopefully not. But
I
it is a
know.
hard time. Like, I can't even imagine what he's going through. Like, a mentor that he really looked up to, that he thought was unbreakable, not only had issues, but did the worst thing possible. You know.
Yeah, and he
Sure,
thinks
that's
it's all
right.
his fault. He thinks the
He's so
end result
guilty.
was his
He
fault.
feels so guilty. So it's really sad. All right, guys, you ready?
Ready?
Okay, so this is 409. This is a scam.
Oh, I really hope so.
What can I do for you?
So long story short, I think it's possible the wrong version ended up in our proposal.
Oh dear.
15'6" by 12'6"?
15'6" by 12'6".
Right.
Break or sprain?
Oh, a sprain.
They look the same to me.
Yes.
No refiling.
Okay, is
You're
this
the
Jimmy?
only person in charge of organization.
What's he gonna
It's gonna
do?
make him switch it anyway.
Yo, Lizzie.
Phil,
Oh, it's pretend to be a brother.
Hey, lady.
Oh,
you left my child in your Jeep?
Yeah, I cracked the window. Just what? Check this.
Give me the keys.
Oh man.
Oh, he's putting his milk right on it.
Slow down.
jeez.
Oh my
Oh,
God.
God. Oh, jeez. What is...
How
Oh,
thought
that is a
through. I was
scam.
trying to figure
Oh,
out how
that-
to do
I was
that.
trying to figure that one out, too.
Oh, so she's gonna say, well, the other one's the same. Let me switch it over, and it's gonna be a different one.
Yeah, something.
I can't show this.
Wow. Flawed.
Oh, come on, say.
Okay.
Get him.
Okay.
Oh, my
Perfect.
God, that's really... Whoa.
There's something different about it.
I can't tell you how much this
Nope.
Oh, yeah.
really
She did.
you're a lifesaver.
All right. Let's make this official.
This is insane.
Get to work.
Quería un recuerdo. Lo he tenido todos estos años. ¿Quiere verlo?
Ding, ding. You stiff?
Questions and
Taking her purse.
Yeah.
Same old Hector. Just wants to kill everybody.
This time next week, I will once again be James McGill, Esquire.
Oh, time flies.
Wow.
Ah, there's the title.
Zen.
The stairs gonna be okay? Okay. They kind of blasting the
I
stairs
don't
me.
know. It's gonna be something.
We have a small problem. I'll go in and check.
Now I'm scared. It's
So
gonna
you
like
would
blow up
don't-
from down there.
Oh, I think just something's gonna happen.
Oh my god, that job. Can you imagine? How are they gonna keep this under wraps too if it does go off? Oh my god.
I would want that
Freaking
job.
title.
Oh, you got all the money in the world.
What a job.
Breathing heavy?
There's something going on.
I hate it.
don't know.
This nice man.
Is he like
Oh my
hyperventilating?
god, yeah, I don't know. There's something's making noise.
Like nervous? Pull yourself together. Something.
Oh, yeah.
I can't.
Oh boy, he's.
He's getting nervous.
Does he really have to go in there? This is the worst scene ever.
God. I don't want to see this.
Come on, baby.
Can't watch.
I'm so naive with it. I don't know how it's gonna
Oh
go.
God, I don't know. Oh, I don't know. Okay.
This poor man.
How'd it go? Does the light come out?
Jesus normal.
Aubrey,
Something
Go.
still.
I don't know. I thought something.
on the go.
When you have to go with chopper when they do it. Oh, this is the driver of the truck. Yeah.
Perfect. So that's the sound people
Yeah.
think they hear.
Okay, yes,
You saw him nervous, but that was a lot of pressure.
that's right.
I was
Tremendous.
so terrified.
Wow.
Oh, okay, it's nice.
Oh, yeah.
I can't help but wonder,
If I can go back for a little bit.
Kai could supervise the work until I get back. Just a quick trip. I could leave detailed instructions.
From the money you've made here, you'll never be away from your wife again.
Of course.
Oh God, but once you
Of
have
course
that
you're
feeling,
right.
he's such a sweet guy, but I think it's
Yeah,
gonna be a
he's so
problem
sweet.
now
Hang in there.
because
Yeah.
hang in there.
Yeah,
Mike feels
hopefully
guilty.
he'll focus still.
I feel so terrible, like freaking out so
Yeah,
bad with the
that's
bomb,
Mike.
with the dynamite.
Oh, well, it was pretty nerve wracking.
I think it's one of the guys that, made all the trouble last year. I thought that you want to know.
He's so scared.
I'm so worried.
I am the owner. Really? How lucky for me. Don't waste that. This way.
He's like, Nacho.
Now, what may I do for you, Senor Salamanca?
But still, with all the history between you two, what you did was a gesture of peace.
I'm very pleased to hear that.
That's what he wanted.
You're right.
We owe you. If you need a favor, I'm your man. Oh, and I'll be back for that chicken, eh?
Frown.
Well, yeah.
Show me.
Oh, now he's playing both fields, and it's like,
Oh, yeah.
We'll have a meeting tonight with Gus, I'm sure.
Yeah.
The big day.
I'm humbled by the sheer stupidity of my actions.
God, this is like a,
Question.
they love it.
What does the law mean to you?
BS.
He's hesitant.
I happened to get a job with some attorneys, and I couldn't help but think maybe I could do that. I missed the hell out of it.
Getting emotional.
Was there any particular influence on your views?
Chuck.
Credit where credit is due. The University of American Samoa.
You'll be getting a letter with our decision in the next few days.
Don't freak out.
All right.
All right.
Thanks for your time, all of you.
Dale frowned at the last statement. Don't turn around.
No, keep going. Oh, oopsie daisy.
Don't turn around.
Oh. Go out.
Spray bottle.
Oh, no.
Hi.
Hi.
Oh.
Mr. McGill.
Yes, between you and me, what did they decide?
Put it on the spot.
You gotta be kidding me. No.
She just was.
Don't
say that.
No, they were probably gonna.
Come on,
oh my
you're
God,
gonna.
he
No,
screwed it up.
no, gee, you
What
just-
did I do wrong? Mr. McGill,
Don't do that to him.
Look at him.
Please tell me.
It was a question of sincerity.
What?
You're free to apply again next year.
Next
Oh
year.
my God.
Oh.
Don't do it.
Oh, see?
Character. Everyone's watching. It's like all eyes are on me all the time.
We do have a concern on page 15, clause 4B, third paragraph.
Oh,
Again, the right to
she's-
indemnification,
For breaches of representation.
of which there are none.
We feel it's necessary given the fast pace of the negotiations.
Slow down.
Oh, boy.
Oh crap! Literally.
Literally.
Oh, gosh. Oh, my God.
Holy crap! He's nuts.
Whoa.
Insincere! Jimmy, what? Guarantee I'm not selling cell phones for a fucking year, I'll tell you that.
What are they saying exactly?
Hard pass.
That last question.
I don't. What did they say
He
when
made
you
a
talked
comment
about
at the
Chuck?
What does Chuck have to do with this?
Because they
So
were waiting
you
for
didn't even-
inspiration.
Why would I?
We'll appeal this to them, and what we won't let them, and we'll find a way to make you look sincere.
Kim, I was sincere.
That's what they were waiting for. That's what they
Corny, but I meant every word.
I know that. What?
Kind of
Don't
lawyer
start
guilty
attacking.
vampire, right?
Jimmy, that's...
You look at me and you see Slippin' Jimmy.
Hey,
Want to
that's
know
what
why
he's
the
thinking.
committee called you insincere? Because you didn't mention Chuck.
Stupid office. Okay, here we go.
Jimmy,
Stop,
I've been
chill.
on your side
My
since the day
God.
we met. Who comes running when you call? Who cleans up your messes? Told you
get
to...
a little bored with your life, so you come down and roll around
Oh,
in the
come
dirt.
on,
Have fun
Jimmy.
with Slippin'
Oh,
Jimmy.
Take
is
a
it
run.
fun?
Oh,
Fun lying to
boy.
the ADA to get your friend out of the shitter? And maybe next time you call, I won't come.
There you go. Kick him in when he's down.
Stop it, Jimmy. You're in the
Did you
wrong right
say
now.
that?
Jimmy,
Boy,
you are
I'd say-
always down.
Walk away. Oh, he's taking his stuff.
Moving out.
I messed it all up.
Okay.
God, Kim's like the only reason.
Yeah.
The voltage spike earlier. Camera flared for about 20 seconds, but came right back.
Any of the other cameras do
He
that?
didn't do something to himself, did he?
Yeah, that or he made himself disappear.
Yeah, let's go.
Did he take off? Do you think he took
Oh,
off?
he must
think he
have.
did.
Yeah.
Oh no!
Get the lights.
Nope.
Let's see.
Wow, look at all the stuff they have.
Like a signal.
It's for the pixel.
Just for 20 seconds, he couldn't see.
Oh, I can't believe he
boy,
went
I
that
can't
far.
believe- wow. I did something.
They know where he lives in Germany. I mean, they're gonna
It's all bad.
pitch up
So,
to him.
That's right.
Like,
yeah.
what do you think happened there?
I personally think that he missed his wife terribly. He looked
Me too.
around, cameras are all around him. He mentally can't take it anymore. He can't relax like the other guys can.
That's
He's
right.
very intellectual. You know, he's talking to Mike about his father. His father was a great engineer and he built this beautiful opera house. He's probably thinking, wow, I can't even tell anyone about my work, what I'm
Yeah.
doing
Yeah.
for them. He
I thought-
wants to go home.
Yeah, I thought maybe he did something to himself because they were missing him, and I thought maybe then they looked upstairs and things like that, and I thought maybe he did do something to himself.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so
Yeah,
Yeah,
maybe
'cause
he knew there was no
he
way
was
out.
missing his wife, and
Yeah.
I did have a
realized
brief
he's
moment of
getting
that too,
down.
where I was like, I hope he didn't. And right when Mike, like, he spots everything, and to see these pixels and think something's up, like, I don't even know if I would actually think anything of it.
Right.
So for him to really think about it, and
Yeah.
even we saw Brittany looking at the cameras before, and I thought it was just a moment of depression of being like, I'm caged, I'm trapped here. They watch my
That's right.
every
Yeah,
move.
yeah.
There's no privacy, like, and just walked away
Yes.
depressed.
Okay, yeah.
But there was more to it, and for him to do that, I mean, I'm worried he left a note and he's a good man, but I'm thinking he's naive or just in denial that he thinks he's going to go see his family for the 4 or 5 days and come back. I think he's going to come back and think, sorry, don't ask for permission, ask for forgiveness kind of thing, and think it'll be okay. He says he understands Mike, but I don't know to what extent. Or maybe he did permanently leave. Do you think he permanently left? Or do you
think he tried to permanently leave. I don't think there's any going back, and I think he knows that.
I hope so. He's smart.
Yeah.
And does he know anyone else in the U.S.? How is he going to, cover his trail? That's a big blunder he just did.
I'm so scared for him because now he's done.
Out of this.
Yeah, he just escaped, so now he's a problem. I thought Kai was going to be the problem. Which he cheats, but still, he's good at his job.
And he wanted to put Kai in charge. He goes, I can give explicit instructions. I'll only be gone 4 or 5 days. Kai can be in charge.
Yeah.
How ironic is that?
No, Kai is going to be in charge.
Yeah, it looked like he drew a diagram, too, when you saw the letter, and then we saw what looked like a diagram. So that might be detailing.
Oh, okay. It looked like an invoice.
It could be something. Yeah, it looked like a drawing to me, but who knows?
It's probably explicit instructions.
So these might not need it, really, at this point, so I'm afraid he's done. I don't think he's coming back from that. They already warned him, and we talked about last time there's no second warning.
Yeah, and I think on top of it all, right in the beginning with the explosive not being connected, that wiring, and he was very nervous on his own.
Yes, he was.
And we heard him not hyperventilating, but he was breathing heavy, and he didn't know if he can do it. He's called himself an idiot. I think he was.
That's it for him.
This is too big of an undertaking.
Yeah. I mean, he could have died at any moment because it looks so dangerous in the way he said, no, I'll do it. And I know they were kind of expecting him to, but they all kind of turned around, almost relieved or something that he said, okay. And we knew it would be dangerous, but the more we were on that scene, we realized the gravity of it. And I'm like, this is terrifying. So if something sparks wrong, I guess it can just go off. So
definitely.
It can go off at any time, so you have to be so slow and careful. Man, that whole thing terrified me. So I'm sorry, guys, if I was annoying, but I get scared, and
you know what?
Yes, we all were.
That's how you
felt. Acting, I was
right.
so freaked out, and the way it was filmed. I mean, everyone working on this scene must have been laughing too, going haha, these people are going to be terrified because I really felt like it.
Oh my God, yeah.
And I kept pulling out my earbuds and looking at my other monitor over here.
It was so long. It was such a long scene, and
really
it worked out perfect. Absolutely perfectly. In the middle of the night, big truck going through, goes over whatever.
Yeah, I mean, they played out
the
everything.
Same time.
I was wondering how they're going to do that because I thought the blast would be a lot louder. It is underground. They have big, heavy doors for it, I guess, so you don't hear it as much. But yeah, that was very impressive and how they thoroughly did that. I always overthink everything, and for a moment when he was going down there to check the wires, I had a brief moment of a conversation with Gus and Mike warned Bernie not to do it again, when he drunkenly spilled the beans on telling very vague parts of what they're working on, but still that I thought Gus was probably done with him anyways, and I had a morbid thought that Gus told Mike or someone that this was going to happen and we're going to kill him down there. So when he
after
goes
the
down,
blast, kill him. Yeah.
No, not after the blast, but when he goes down there, the blast would kill him, it was an accident. But Mike seemed concerned about him going down or something. Yeah. But I did have a moment of thinking, well, maybe Gus did plan this out and say no, he has to go because now he's a risk. So make it look like an accident to the other guys, so that way, it's just whoops, accidents happen kind of thing, and now the loose end's gone. So I really thought that was going to be a thing. I thought the wire was sabotaged.
Yeah, and I really like Mike where he's such a smart guy and he knows his guys. And if he thinks that you are, a menace like Kai, he will probably tell Gus. But he was telling him that Bernie is solid. He learned from his mistake. He's not going to do it again. I believe him, and Gus believed Mike. So, man, I do not want to be in the. Well, we're probably going to see that conversation when he has to tell Gus that he took off. That's going to be really
because
bad.
Now that looks really bad on Mike too. Yeah,
Yes,
so that also makes me think that Bernie's done at this point because it just sucks, and it's going to be hard for Mike because Gus is going to tell him to take him out, and he really does like him. He can relate to him, and he knows he's a good person. And Mike, even though he's a killer, like he really tries not to unless he has to, and he doesn't like to kill innocent people.
That's right.
You know?
Unless Bernie doesn't come back.
I feel like
They'll
they're
probably
gonna
go.
find him.
They'll go find him though. Yeah.
Because they took. I mean, they have all his stuff. I'm sure.
Yeah.
Unless
and like
he took
you
his
said,
personal belongings. But.
And they have connections. They know where he lives, probably in Germany. And Mike in Breaking Bad was like, wherever you go, I can always find you, like, no matter what.
Sure,
so he might have
That's
to travel
right. And
across
if
the
his
world.
whole, I mean, he's spilling the beans to Mike, saying his wife is his whole life. You know, it's been a very long time since he's seen her, and the other guys, they're perfectly content. You know, you give him some, activities to do. He's not the same kind of person. You know, he needs some other kind of. He needs companionship, and he needs his wife. And I just think he did anything he could to leave. And they were even listening to his conversations.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
So he wasn't even talking about leaving or anything. So they had no clue. He was very smart.
Mm-hmm.
But Mike did say that he could talk to his wife.
Right, but he was talking, but they were listening to their conversation.
Yeah.
And he didn't mention anything about leaving or not liking it there. Or so
he didn't hint to the other guys watching
nothing
about anything about it. You know, so he was really smart that way because he probably knew they were listening. I don't know if he was told that, probably not, but because they have to be careful and make sure they're as honest as they can be. So by not telling them what's going on, he probably didn't know, but he kind of guessed that he was being heard, so didn't say anything. So smart.
And who knows? It could have been, okay, let's talk about the puppy. That means I'm leaving or something.
That's right. Yeah.
Code word.
Running.
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to America to do this thing, and if I talk about puppies, I'm getting
And now going to Gus, now meeting another Salamanca who's now challenging him in a way, like, oh, well, he wouldn't like us getting along. Maybe he's the problem. Trying to see what Gus will say, but he's a man of few words when he has to be,
and rattle the chain a little bit.
Yeah, just to see what he would say. And be like, oh, you'd be crazy to take him on, like, after a while. And just the threat back and forth, but so fake and chummy about it. It's, like, so uncomfortable to see that.
Yes, it is.
He's so much like Hector in a way, but he's very charismatic in it, and a totally different demeanor of Hector. But he owns the scene. Whenever he's talking, he's very like, hi, everything's going to be great.
Hector got his bell.
Yeah, he did.
That's right.
So that was really cool to see. I mean, like, that's what we know. Nostalgia, right? Going to the future of it, backwards for us, but it had a lot of memory behind it. Like he was telling a terrible story about burning down a place and going back in to take.
Yeah, and the owner helping trying to get help from the bellboy.
Oh gosh.
Yeah. He liked it though. He loved the story, right? I mean, he looked like he was.
He did. He was getting really pissed. You can just tell that he wants to talk about it.
Yeah.
And the heavy breathing he was going. Hector,
Yeah, he got really into it. So he likes the bell. That was a good gesture. But that's crazy now that that's what he's going to be. Like, he's not going back. I thought it might take a while longer. I wasn't sure, but and it's all Nacho. So having Nacho there too is just very awkward.
It's extremely, he feels like the third wheel now,
I'd be like so paranoid. If Gus found out about Nacho, who knows down the road on what else can happen to find out on the other side. So he could be in serious trouble soon. But he's just in too deep. And now him being in the middle of Gus and what's his name, Lalo or something?
Lalo.
So now that he's in the middle of that, I almost feel like it's different, but it kind of made me feel like in Breaking Bad when Walt was in the middle of Gus and Hank kept wanting favors, and he had to keep going over to the chicken place to, just like put that like tracker or something on his car. So he was like in the middle where he didn't want to do that. And then
that was very uncomfortable. I remember that. Oh man,
that was uncomfortable.
So now, like, Nacho is Lalo's wingman, so he's like, "Oh yeah, show me these other locations." And
now they're going
to do stuff against Gus. So it's going to get worse.
It's going to be. I can't wait for Mike to meet Lalo. I'm sure he is going to be.
How charismatic he is. Like, Mike's not going to handle that at all.
Mike's got a huge undertaking with this right now. So,
and now going to Jimmy and Kim, like, how do you feel about Jimmy acting out like that after he was denied?
Oh, that's not good at all. I mean, how he really, just how he went off and everything.
Yeah, afterward, I think that last question, I'm pretty sure the interviewer said something like, what was your biggest influence or something? What was your biggest influence? Something, she said very nonchalantly, and he was almost a little ticked off. Another question, I got to go through these, realm of questions, not the normal ones, because he practiced all the normal ones he knew he was going to get questioned on. And he said, the school. And Kim was right, and you were right, Dawn. He should have said Chuck.
Chuck, yeah, definitely.
Chuck was my biggest influence.
I was thinking about Chuck the whole time he was there, thinking what he would say about him, because I know he's still numb about the whole thing. Like, even more so, because to not even acknowledge him anymore and letting Howard feel guilty, like, that's a huge
it is
problem,
Definitely.
I mean, I get that's how he's coping, but it's just so sad and how sick they both were at the end. Like, their relationship just was nothing. And for him to not even mention Chuck in that moment when he was asked that question about law and then inspiration, I was kind of like, I mentioned something during the reaction about Kim because I was thinking Chuck, and I'm like, he's not going to say Chuck. Maybe he'll say Kim or something, just to say a person that's close to him to kind of sound more personal instead of like saying something fake as a school, because everyone's going to say that because that's like normal, something you practice before you go in for a test.
Exactly, and especially after the circumstances why he lost it to begin with for a year.
So he should have said Chuck, hands down. But that's how spiteful he is about the whole thing. And again,
he didn't even think about it. He didn't even think about it. He's probably, just saying what he thought he was supposed to say, not thinking of the text of why he was, suspended to begin with.
That's right, yeah.
That sucks. You're going to wait a whole other year. I mean, that alone would make me trip over all my questions and be like, And I thought he had it, but that little cringe at the end, that's why the board there was so good, because they really know what to look for. I thought they were just totally buying it because we see everyone buy Jimmy's BS. Then I'm like, they're totally going to believe it too, but it shows how good they are to not believe it. Like they were for a while, but then at the end, no, they didn't hear anything about like sentimental value or anything, so they just went against it, which is a proper way to go about it, so they really know what to look for.
Yeah, she reminded me a little bit of Aaron, trying to be very precise and trying to get the well-rounded lawyer in him to answer a true question, and she caught him.
Yeah,
she caught him off guard last minute.
So people handle things again differently, and he coped very different when it came to his brother. And now he's so angry because he was so confident he was going to win it, because he's just so confident now being a scam artist and stuff, that he failed and he's so mad. But the fact that he's like freaking out and driving so terribly, people do different things, but go run. I mean, you're in the city or whatever, but you can't just go running, I guess. But just go up the stairs or something and just really level out for a bit, because just attacking and being so hot-headed like that, like, it doesn't help anybody. And I mean, you have to release your emotions, yes, I agree, but for him to just fully go after Kim and just really attack her. I mean, I know she's not perfect and she does wrong too, but she was there for him, and she has always been there for him. Like
she gave it right back to him.
Good, I'm glad she did.
You know what?
And he really
when
lost
all bets were off, when everyone was against you, I was always there.
She was.
Even when he does all the bad things, all the shady things and stuff, like she's always been there for him.
Even
also
sticks up for him even when he's not around.
Yeah.
That's
like when she went to go pick up at the hearing of the will. She really stuck by him, and he had no idea that she did that.
Yeah, and it shows you how much she really cares for him too, because even after that, like in the apartment, he just comes in, he's quiet, can't talk, and starts packing his things. So she has to be the person to go in.
She has to be the initiator, yeah.
Yeah, and ask him that question. So, like what would happen if she doesn't
She's always the
do
mentor.
that?
Yeah.
So I really do like her character, and to scam like she did
I was
in the
just
beginning,
going to
that
say,
was incredible.
That was something else. Wow.
That was so incredible. I mean, we probably...
Wait a second, did we miss something?
We're probably on the same page where,
that's right.
like, her going in, like, what did you think she was going to do, right? Rhetorically.
I knew she was going to buffalo somebody for something.
else,
I
that's
didn't
for sure.
know
Yeah,
for
we
what.
didn't know what. Yeah.
Yeah, when she pulled out the paper, I knew definitely she was going to switch it.
I knew it was
Yeah,
going to be a
that's right, they switched
switcheroo.
something, yeah.
That I had no idea. That
I
was-
didn't know how she was going to do it, and I really thought when she was going through the pages, I mean, her acting's incredible. Being a
Oh
great
my
actress
God.
to begin with, and acting upon acting on her character was just incredible, you know. So very different, and how she's like freaking out about the paper. But before that, she's comparing the sheets and the way she's flipping through it, going, okay, well, this is the same, like, because she knows the documents. I was kind of like, well, maybe it's not the same, and she's just saying it and distracting the other girl or the other lady, so that way she just believes her. I didn't know she had a full-on other copy, which makes more sense.
Yes.
So that way there's no issue if the lady actually looks over and notices it's different.
I thought the change was a totally different room, not the conference room. Maybe another room, like another meeting room, they changed something big. Well, 13% of the building was changed. So, so not that, but she just took any other page that wasn't changed and just read off, and she knew she was golden. Not the one page that she knew had to be changed.
And it's funny how Jimmy came in as her brother.
Yeah, but it was a whole new role, right? It wasn't.
It
just
was a whole new
page.
role. Yes.
Yeah.
The whole that whole copy was probably a total, you know, a
It was a
true
copy of a copy. Yeah, it was like a perfect duplicate. Then the other one was changed. So that was like so
and then
smart.
she knew just to
push it out
a little farther and.
And it's funny how
And Jimmy would go through it.
It's funny how Jimmy came in, and he had pretended to be her brother.
Jimmy Buffett T-shirt on.
I know. I was laughing at that too. So it's amazing to me. I mean, I always feel like if you're gonna, not that I would ever do that, but just watching the show makes me put myself in their shoes. But I'm like, if you're gonna con someone, I'd be so paranoid I'd bump into those people at some point in my life.
That's right,
And especially when you're doing something where you're risking your career, where you can actually get arrested and
Oh,
stuff.
wow,
I mean,
yeah.
but they traveled
That
so
is a-
far, so they're like, we're probably never
300
gonna
miles.
see her again. So it's okay. But
Yeah.
even like just scamming around restaurants and stuff, like there are a few towns over
Oh,
or
yeah,
whatnot.
right
I'm like,
there?
eventually you're
Wow.
gonna, you know, something's gonna happen
Something's
where it's not
happened,
gonna work
that's for
out for
sure.
you. So it's like, oh my God. But yeah, they really work well together. They're a great team, which is actually pretty bad.
God, yeah.
I know
And
it.
Jimmy did have a good point too, because he said something about, well, what is good and what is evil, because Kim wants to do good, but she's mixing up what is actually good, because now she's breaking the law and she's helping out someone with 13%. Like, they're already rich. They have a ton of money already, so now you're robbing someone else of that money.
Well, they're
to give it to
making
them.
the building 13% larger, so
Oh, sorry,
they didn't have to
yeah, sorry.
refile.
Yeah. So it's like, what makes it better, you know, to
Yeah,
give
they're
them
not doing
something
it the
more.
right way.
They're not doing it the right way, and they make a
Right.
ton of money, and you're helping people who don't really need the help. I don't know. So it's
Mhm.
just a
Yeah,
lot of
they
gray
can
areas
afford
there.
to wait. They've bought a lot of other, you know, buildings. They've established themselves through multi-states, so they don't need this one in Texas.
That's
but
right, yeah.
Yeah.
to make it work.
Man.
Boy, that's right.
Yeah, so ding, 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 guys.
Ding, ding, ding.
Like
That's
Hector.
right.
I do have a bell like that somewhere, but I think I tried to look for it a while ago and I couldn't find it. So maybe next time I'll have it on the channel. We'll see.
Yeah.
But thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you for being a part of our channel and subscribing, giving us a
Yeah.
thumbs up. That's amazing.
Thanks,
And you guys really help us
Yeah.
out a lot. We've been reacting for quite some time now. We
5 years.
slowly grow or kind of stay level, but you know, most of our fans have been here since the beginning and really just stay true to us. And
guys
for
are
the
great.
other million that watch us
Thank you.
every month, it would be awesome if you at least subscribe, because that really helps our channel so we
Right,
can
yes.
create more videos for you guys, because we do work really hard, but a lot of things we also do are volunteer, which is
Yeah.
awesome too. But you know, it gets hard sometimes, like trying to pump out all these videos every single week. So anyways, guys, love you so much, and we'll see you very soon as always. Bye, guys.
Bye. Oh,
Oh,
auf Wiedersehen.
Yes,
well, that's
Wiedersehen.
right. Yeah.